Coffee, cake, and camo would not be possible without the support of our awesome partners. Thank you, Newport News Shipbuilding and Dunkin, for being a force behind the forces.
Alrighty. Hi, everybody. I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Erica.
And we want to welcome you to Coffee, Cake, and Camo. Coffee, Cake, and Camo is a weekly podcast brought to you by the USO of Hampton Roads and Central Virginia.
Each week, we plan to explore a military topic, from the haircut challenge you see on social media to PCSing and everything in between.
Yes, but before we get started, we want to take a second to thank some of our USOHRCV sponsors. Without their support, we could not bring you this podcast or work to fulfill the USO's mission. So today, special shout out to the legendary Newport News Shipbuilding and the fantastic Dunkin' Donuts. Thank you guys so much. We love you.
We do. And in case any of our listeners are new to the USO, the mission of the USO is to strengthen America's military service members by keeping them connected to family, home, and country throughout their service to the nation.
And we're going to kick things off by quickly talking about something good that has happened to us recently, whether it's finding a package of toilet paper at the commissary or finally taking off your pajamas and putting on those big girl jeans. We want to highlight the good that's happening. So Erica, what is something good that's happened to you this past week?
Well, thanks for asking, Chelsea. So something good that's happened this past week, now that everyone is social distancing, spending more time at home, I've been doing a lot of cool home projects. So I actually built a desk since everyone's working from home, including me. So that's something that I'm really proud of. It's kind of my first time doing something like that, and I'm not a handy person at all. So I was pretty proud of myself.
You should be. That's amazing. I don't think I could ever build a desk. I can't even put up a picture on the wall. So good for you.
I had a little bit of help, but it's really it's the thought and the accomplishment that counts.
100%. Absolutely. Yeah.
But what about you, Chelsea?
Well, it's not necessarily something that's just in this week, but it's something that's been happening since the start of this health crisis. Is I have been saving a ton of money. So, for example, normally you go into the grocery store, you might walk down all the aisles, grab something random that you don't need. Now I'm ordering everything online, so I'm literally only getting what I need, and I'm not driving anywhere, so I'm saving a ton of money in gas, and I have like an old gas guzzly car, so that's been pretty great. Trying to look on the positive side.
That's a huge positive.
It is.
Yeah, that's
all right.
great.
Well, yeah. Well, let's move on and give everyone an update on our current operating status and relief efforts towards COVID-19.
And while our country adjusts to quarantines and drastic changes in life, the USO of Hampton Roads and Central Virginia is serving a military like never before. Many service members are in quarantine for weeks upon returning home from deployments, but the USO remains diligent in addressing their needs. So we continue to assemble weekly donations of hygiene kits, snacks, bottled water, and games, things like that, just to boost their morale and supplement their needs.
Yeah, well, what a lot of people don't really realize, or I guess think about, is that the military, like everyone else, is facing shortages of supplies to just support the men and women returning home after they've been exposed to COVID-19.
That's so true, Chelsea. And not only have many of them been away from their families for lengthy periods of time, but now upon returning, they're isolated in these undisclosed locations from their families for even longer. And not just our service members, but military spouses too. They've been self-isolating, many with small children, unable to attend school. So whether the active duty spouse is deployed or quarantined, this unique situation is making it really difficult for many to stay healthy amidst all of these circumstances. So in order to help these issues, the local USO has initiated some really exciting programs for military families. And Chelsea, you've seen them all come into fruition, but just to name a few, Little Patriots Kids Corner includes weekly videos uploaded onto our YouTube channel to demonstrate a craft, a recipe, or a science experiment. And it helps families stay busy during this time of social distancing. It also includes a read-along video with our friends at Scholastic. We also have the awesome Pen Pal program. It allows military service members and their families to write letters to isolated assisted living facilities right here in our community. We've also started a Trivia Tuesday game, and I'm terrible at trivia, but they're so much fun to do because it tests your knowledge. It kind of keeps your brain working, and there's also activity cards for military families to safely engage with their peers. And finally, thanks to our outdoor adventure team, or OAT, along with Jackie from Solidarity of Sisters, we've launched a new video series. It kind of has like guided meditation techniques, yoga techniques, and other ways to manage stress and anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. These programs are all fantastic. And I think, like you mentioned, this is all designed to keep the military family unit together and connected as a whole. And I know you saw this, Erica, but our Pen Pal program was even featured in the local news recently. It was on Wavy. They did a feature on it. So we're very, very proud of that. So thank you for sharing with our listeners the updates and amazing virtual programs that the USO currently has to offer.
Yeah, of course, Chelsea, no problem. And on top of that, I want to add that just like most of this country, we don't currently have a date for when our 11 centers within the Hampton Roads and Central Virginia area will be open again. And we really miss our volunteers, we miss seeing our service members, and we miss helping you guys out. But once it all starts to open up again, our staff and volunteers just can't wait to get in there, help those service members traveling on orders or service members new to base or some of our regulars that we currently see a lot that are stationed there.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks again, Erica. And speaking of service members and regulars, have you heard of the haircut challenge that's been taking place?
Yeah, I have. And I love a good social media challenge. But this one, man, I don't know how I feel about it. So
Yeah, well, as as you may know, but don't think about, our service members get regular haircuts, some weekly, some bi-weekly, but with salons and barbershops across the country temporarily closed, some have asked their spouses and even their kids to give them a quick trim, thus creating the haircut challenge. Now, the
geez.
the haircut challenge isn't just expected of our military, civilians need haircuts as well. So if you're looking for a good laugh or a little inspiration, you should search the hashtags #COVID cuts or #quarantine haircut.
Oh gosh. Okay, we're gonna look through this hashtag now and see COVID cuts or quarantine haircuts. Oh gosh. So
Ah!
because of the coronavirus, I was forced to give myself a haircut. I think it turned out pretty good.
Okay.
Well, huh.
I think that we should rank these. So let's do like from 1 to 10, 1 being really good and 10 being really bad. Oh God, that's horrific. I'm sorry. It looks like he just put a bowl on his head and just chopped around.
All right, Cody. Well, um, so okay, I don't know how people feel about this. I don't think it looks that bad.
I think it's terrible. Okay, I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm giving it an 8.
I'll probably give it a 7, only because there are some people that like bowl cuts. I'm
No,
not one of them, but it's
he
a
is.
style.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a
clearly one
style.
of them.
Mhm.
It's a choice. Oh,
Um,
this
that
was
one's
my
bad.
mother's attempt at a fade. Prayers to all the men getting home haircuts during quarantine. Oh, it looks like that's a fade. It almost looks like he took like string and just like
Just
sucked it around his head. Oh, that's terrible. Poor
I'm
guy.
really not feeling this one. I'd give it a 10.
That's a 10. That's
Yeah.
that's bad. He just should shave it off.
Jeez. I,
Oh,
gosh.
oh my gosh. It looks like the razor slipped. Like
It looks like
somebody
it slipped.
and then they were just like, "Oh, nothing's wrong. Everything's fine here. We're good."
Like
Hoping he never
they're not finished. Like it's not done.
No, at that point he should shave his head as well. I'm gonna give that a 9.
I'm giving that a 10.
It's a shame because he has nice hair. Look at it. It's like shiny.
Yeah. You can't walk out like that.
Oh, gave my man a quarantine fade. So that's what a fade is to her. And look, bad girl Kiki, she actually looks like really proud of herself.
Oh,
She's
gosh.
she's accomplished something here. Maybe she is punishing him for something that we don't know about.
Maybe.
That's a punishment right there. That's a punishment fade.
Yeah, it's
Whew.
gosh, and it's awful. So I'd give that one a 10 too. You
That's
can't
a
walk out the
10.
house like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there's no coming back.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, that is such a shame. She has such pretty hair.
Yeah.
But
She has to finish it off.
yeah, I mean, there's she can throw it up in a ponytail and be fine, and
Yeah.
hopefully get it trimmed up. Nah, she's okay. Let's give that, what, I don't know, I like a 5, 6.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6 just because it can be fixed.
Yeah, it can be
This
fixed.
can be fixed. Okay. That was fun.
That was fun. Oh, that's so unfortunate though. Oh my gosh. So what are your thoughts on getting an at-home haircut, Erica?
So, luckily, I'm not in the position where this could even happen to me because I'm not looking to get a hair. I don't need to get a haircut right now. Like, I don't have a job that kind of forces me to get one. And my mom, who I've been quarantining with, is really, really good at doing hair. So,
Okay.
I don't face this issue.
Lucky. That's
I
awesome.
feel like maybe it would have to be a very extreme case where I'd have to tough it out and do this.
Yeah.
What about you, Chelsea?
Oh God, no, I would never do it. Not in a million years. I have a problem. I don't ever cut my hair and it's bad. I have like split ends I need to deal with, but I don't like doing it because I feel like they always take too much. Like, I
Yeah.
just want you to give me a little trim. It always ends up being like an inch, no matter
Mhm.
where you go. So it just drives me crazy, but I know I should though, but I would never do what they did.
Yes. So even though our service members look like their haircuts are rather easy, I hear depending on the branch they have certain regulations to follow.
Oh yeah, I mean, when everyone returns to work, the base just might have to like line everybody up like it's the first day of boot camp and just shave their heads, especially if any of those guys are going to be, going back to work and they're in the military. That's not going to be acceptable.
Yeah, I don't blame them if they decide to shave everyone's head off. That was the
Yeah.
case. So, in other news, Chelsea, I'm sure that you've heard, but the DOD's travel ban has been extended to June 30th.
Yes, I have. Oh, it must be so hard for military families that are trying to either PCS or get from trainings and schools, and of course those hoping to return from deployments that are just stuck.
I really honestly couldn't imagine what that must feel like. So, Chelsea and I have invited our colleagues and military spouses, Janelle and Crystal, to join in on the discussion and give us the good and bad of the travel ban extension.
Hey, Janelle and Crystal.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Hey guys. So thanks for joining us. But we just wanted to ask you, like, what are you guys' thoughts on the travel ban, and how are your friends and family that are directly affected by this feeling?
Well, obviously, like we all get why the travel ban is in place. Whether we like it or not, it does serve a purpose. But like I know we have a lot of friends that are deployed, and it's just terrible for them and their loved ones because they don't know when they're coming home. Like we have friends that were supposed to come home this week actually, and like they have no news when they're supposed to come home. A lot of our friends have talked about like, and you've read in the news that some of the ships are just being told to go back out to sea. So it's really tough for those families and families that are PCSing. When we PCSed here, I had two really small kids and our stuff got like stuck for like 3 weeks. I can't imagine what it's going to be like now for people's stuff. Like they're not going to have it for months at a time. Like, so God bless all those families out there. Like, whew, it's a tough time.
It is.
Yeah. I've read people who were in the process of PCSing that they had their stuff in containers, their cars are, at the port or whatever. And then, the ban hits and it's like, how can I get my car back? Like, I'm going to be here for a while still, even though I don't have my stuff. It'd be nice to have my car.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
can't imagine.
It is awful. It's not an easy time. And I just want to especially say thank you to both of you because we know that it's not an easy job always being a military spouse, but what you guys really matters. So, and there's no doubt that a lot of families are being affected by this DOD travel ban extension. So thank you, Crystal and Janelle, for taking the time to come on a chat with us about this. I'm sure that we will hear from you again in the future episodes.
Thanks for
Thanks.
having us. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, so as we discussed, there are a lot of service members and their families that are stuck away from home or in limbo, and we recognize it's not an easy time for many of our service members and their loved ones, but there is some good news. Like last week, our service members found out that the New York State Governor and President Trump announced the USNS Comfort has done its job and will likely be able to leave New York Harbor sometime soon. Did you hear about that, Chelsea?
I did see that, and that is awesome, awesome news. Hopefully, the crew from the Comfort will be back in Norfolk home soon. But we do want to say a special thank you to the crew and medical providers on the USNS Comfort and the USNS Mercy for all of the amazing work that they have done and are still doing. They are truly heroes.
Seriously, truly heroes, and we really appreciate you all. So it looks like that's all the time that we have today on Coffee Cake and Camo. So be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search the handle USOHRCV. And please share with us your haircut challenge photos or your travel ban woes. Just use the hashtag Coffee Cake Camo.
Yes, and another special thank you to our amazing sponsors, Newport News Shipbuilding and Dunkin Donuts.
And again, I'm Erica.
I'm Chelsea.
And stay connected and classy, HRCV.